Welcome to Talented Universe on the NDB Media Network. This is the 22nd day of December, our second podcast today. And we have a special guest that I'm going to have Marcia introduce in just a minute. But before, I'm going to throw up a comment from Laura Adams. And she just says, cannot wait for my favorite actress. So there we go. So Marcia, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. It is, like you said, December 22nd. It's festive time. It's holiday time. And I've got my holiday background going. I'm here in Northeast Florida, and I'm happy to introduce our special guest, Christine Havens. How are you doing today?
I'm great. I'm so excited. Thank you guys for having me on.
And I see you also, you have a festive background going.
I do have a festive. My mom is very festive, so she helped me set this up because I'm home for the holidays, and I'm also wearing my festive earrings that she bought me. They're little Santas, and they do go up and down. He's climbing the rope.
That is so cute. Go, Mom. Like I said.
Go, Mom. She kills it with the presents.
Yeah, we are excited to have you. You are have become a powerhouse in the vertical industry, and we're going to talk about that and more. But originally, now you are from Connecticut, I understand.
Yes, I'm here in Connecticut, East Coaster. I grew up here for most of my life, and then I went to New York for a little while to start my college degree, and then I moved out to Los Angeles, and I love it out there. California is just absolutely stunning all the time. So it's a bit cold here at the moment, so I'm not loving that, but that's okay. It's a nice change from the nice, beautiful weather in California.
So, have you gotten snow yet?
I know that they got snow here a couple weeks ago, but right now we don't have any snow.
Well, hopefully, maybe if you're going to be there through the holidays, maybe there'll be a little dusting. I'm originally from New York City, so I do. Even though I'm in Northeast Florida now, I do kind of miss the possibility of snow in the cold.
Yeah, for Christmas it would be nice, but I definitely don't like driving in the snow.
Oh yeah.
Too many accidents, and I like being able to walk my doggies in the snow. It's a lot. So
yeah, you have you got a BFA in musical theater, I understand.
Yes, I did. I went to AMDA, Academy of the Dramatic Arts. I really did like my college. It was quite expensive, but it was really worth it. The reason it was such a luxury is all of the teachers are currently working in the industry, which I think was absolutely perfect for when I went in, because unfortunately my first semester in, COVID hit. So we all got sent home, which I'm very, very thankful to have a nice family life. So being at home and doing school at home wasn't a huge issue. And as much as performing to the camera is very different from performing musical theater into a live audience and to my classmates, it still transferred pretty well. And it was nice because all the teachers were also having to do a lot of self-tapes now. Self-tapes became way more popular through COVID. So it was actually kind of nice that the teachers and us were learning as we were going along. And I think that really did help me in like when I graduated, because I was super prepared for self-tapes and doing everything online. But it took away a little bit because I had to do stuff online. But I think it was really good because then I transferred to the Los Angeles campus earlier than expected. And I really loved Los Angeles more than New York. It's just where I feel at home, as much as New York is amazing. I do love New York, but I feel very at home in LA. So I think it was really good for me. And it was kind of a blessing in my situation, which I'm very blessed to have enjoyed that transition and experience.
Well, in your studies in musical theater, I imagine you did a few productions. I would imagine.
Yes, I did. I did quite a few. I actually focused more on my classes because it was an intensive program. So AMDA does tri-semesters, meaning that you do a lot of credits all at once, and you go all year round, so you don't get a 2 month break in the summer. You can just go full round, or you could take a semester off. I chose to just go straight through. So I finished in 2 years and 8 months, which was very, it was a lot of work. So I didn't do a crazy amount of shows as other people did, just because I wanted to be really present in my classes. And I was already stressed out enough. Adding another show on top of it is a lot. But I did do a couple. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. I got to do so many different characters in class. And probably one of my favorite characters during college for musical theater wise was Regina George. That was really fun to play because the song World Burn is such a good song, and I feel like I really did well in that character, as well as I can be a nice ingenue. I do love my villains.
Yes, villains. Okay, that's kind of an interesting segue into verticals, really.
Yes.
And when I say powerhouse, I watched. I'm going to just dive into one of my
Please.
favorites, which is Girls Help Girls, Divorce
Mm.
or Die. Now, I imagine that this is a role that, well, when you went into the role, when you first read the script, what were your first thoughts
Um,
about Caroline?
I think that I love to see a woman in power, a woman that is in control, especially in this male dominated world. I think it's awesome. I don't think I realized how much abuse and how much like physical violence there was until you kind of watch it all together. But it was obviously in the script, of course. And so reading it, I definitely hoped that there'd be a stunt coordinator on set, which of course there was. But I I thought the character herself was really awesome. I liked my character. I think the script definitely is a bit um, violent in a way, but I think it's a good story to tell. And I like that she wins in the end. I like that she is upholding justice in a way. I think the righteousness that she has is admirable and honorable. So I liked playing Caroline. I know my co-star did not like playing his
Who
character.
we've had on the show. We've had
Yeah, yes, David is amazing. I love him. He was such a great guy to work with, but he definitely struggled with that character just because it's so aggressive and mean.
yes.
He struggled with it because he's a good person, as any person would struggle with that kind of a character, especially to the children. But all the parents were there when we filmed, so it was all done very safely. But yeah, I really liked that. I really like stunts and fight choreography.
Yes.
So I really enjoyed getting to do all of that, especially when I'm winning, of course, because obviously you want to win at the end of the fight. As much as I don't think it looked realistic when I was beating up two men at once, especially when they're twice my size, but it just made me look that much cooler. So.
What kind of fan reaction have you gotten from that role? Have you gotten any feedback from people?
I got a lot. I know people have expressed that they don't like how much violence is in it, which totally makes sense. I think some of the scenes are real. I think that does happen in real life. I think seeing it all at once is just a lot for anybody to kind of experience or to kind of see, because it's a very like hush hush topic, and obviously it's not okay. Domestic abuse or abuse in general is just not okay. So I think having to watch it is a little difficult. I know my mom expressed it to me, being hard to watch, but of course she enjoyed seeing me because I'm her daughter. But I definitely got some comments that it was just a lot of physical violence. But I know that people enjoyed the story arc and of course me holding up justice to David's character. so that's what I received comment wise, which I totally understand. And I accepted the script because I think it was a really cool character to play, and I had fun with it. But I know that it was a little bit difficult to watch.
Well,
But I
and
think it's
mhm.
sorry, I was going to say I think it's important
Yes.
to have difficult things talked about and watched. I think um, hush hush topics like abuse is still important to portray. And while it can be hard for actors to portray it and for the viewers to watch it, I think it does kind of create this good narrative that abuse is not okay. And especially when you're seeing it, it kind of reinforces that story, which
Yeah.
I think is good.
And I've also seen many comments praising telling this story, and women particularly. I've seen comments that saying thank you for doing a different story that they can relate to in some instances, and that has helped people to seek assistance and that kind of thing. So a role like that can be uh, impressionable in positive ways as well. And I've seen many comments on that. So I want to thank you for accepting the role and doing such a good job at it.
Aw,
So
that made my day. That's really sweet.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
I think it's important to seek help. I know being in a situation like that is really difficult. So seeking help is always very admirable and very brave thing to do. So
mhm.
I think that's awesome that my character helped that.
And I thank David also for taking that role, because that role of that strong a villain can be challenging. And you related that to us, that he's not that like way.
No, he is not like that at all. And yeah, he definitely did. I mean, he's a great actor, but yeah, it was hard for him to not play, not act, not hard for him to act, hard for him to make it like real. Because of course, as actors, we want to like bring a sense of realness to it, but he doesn't do any of that. So
Yeah.
bringing a sense of realness is a little difficult in that sense. But I think he did a good job.
Mhm.
And I think, of course, making the story more realistic would make he would need to make it meaner, right? So
Right.
I think he did a good job at portraying it.
Hmm. And in the end, you and the party scene in the pool where everybody where you're happy and everything's going well. So that was fun to see.
Yeah. Well, we got to add
That's
some happiness, something in
that's
there.
right. So Michael, I'm gonna go to you. It looks like we have a couple of.
Yeah, we got one or two. Let me go to one I was going to grab. And this, you were kind of talking about this, so we know who your character that you did play that you liked, but they want to know what was your favorite character that you played and why. You kind of answered it, but I'm going to throw it to maybe a vertical.
Yes.
So,
And thank you, Laura. She runs my fan page.
oh, does she? Oh,
She does.
she knows
She
all the good stuff, huh?
she does. She's my best supporter. Um, yeah, I really enjoyed uh, A Blind Date with My Boss. That one was probably my favorite character. Um, it was the director was Daria Roundtree. She did such an amazing job. She was also co-writer, which I think was really awesome to have on set. But getting to play that character, her name was Ariel or Ariel. That was a big discussion in the table read. I liked the name Ariel, and because it's spelled like that. But that we settled on Ariel. But that was definitely my favorite character to play, just because she gets to go into like a kind of a transformation, which in a bigger budget, bigger set, we could have had more time to do a bigger transformation, but verticals are filmed very quickly. So we didn't have a crazy transformation, but it was fun to get to be like a nerdy little office girl, very shy, but then she needed something from her boss, so she transforms into this very voluminous, stunningly, extra woman to try to seduce her boss. So that was definitely my favorite character to play because I got to play both, like, two different sides, and it's kind of two different characters, but she had one motive. So I think that one was definitely my favorite. And that was quite not a long time ago, but it was about a year and a half ago that I filmed that.
That's a long time in verticals, yeah.
In vertical.
Yeah, it is a long time in verticals. So if you remember it, but that one definitely, I think it performed well too. I really enjoyed that one. It was on Dreamy Short.
I haven't heard of that one. I'm sorry. There are so many apps out there now.
There are.
When I started looking into this about October of last year, it was like I thought there was only 3 or 4, and I mean I got Marcia into them, and our other co-host had been watching them for 4 years. She used to watch the Chinese ones, so she'd been in it a while, and I really thought, I said, oh, we'll go through all these actors in a couple of months. Well, we're still going, and we haven't even hardly touched the surface.
Yeah, so, there are a lot more people now. I got in somewhat early. I got in about 2 years ago, and they were very new at the time in America, at least.
Yes,
yes, and now the stigma of doing a vertical is definitely gone. At first, it was like embarrassing or like
you're doing one of those. Huh?
Yeah, it was definitely looked down upon by a lot of people in the industry. And as someone like being in SAG and doing like bigger and better things, I can see where that is. But for someone who had kind of just graduated college and just started being in this industry, it was still kind of cool for me. It's just like another indie project, something, and then I got to be bigger characters. I wasn't just a background anymore.
Right.
My first ever vertical, I was a background because I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what verticals were, and then I looked at the camera, and it was sideways. And
your camera's wrong. What do you need to fix that?
Yeah. So, and so then obviously I got introduced, and I talked to one of the leads, and she kind of explained what they were and what it was and what we're doing, and it was cool. So then I auditioned for other ones, and I booked a side character, and then I booked a villain, and now I'm doing leads, and it's kind of just grew from there. And I like them. I really enjoy them. Of course, there are some scripts that are better than others and more fun than others, but they're really popping, and there's a lot more people now. There's definitely some casting director told me there are thousands of submissions for one character,
and that didn't used to be the case,
right? Which I'm now very, very thankful that I got in early, because my name
they know you. Yes,
they know me, and I get rehired by a lot of the same companies because they like me. Thank you. Which is nice, because then I get to keep working. But
working is nice. Now,
working is nice.
The question I was going to ask you, you kind of answered, sort of, because somebody told you the answer to this question. But when you got home or called your mom, before she bought you those cool little earrings and stuff, and you had to explain to her what you had just done after you had been told what you just had done with a vertical drama, how did you explain it to her?
How did I explain it to her?
Or did you not even try?
No, I tell my mom basically everything. So I definitely probably told her about it. That was quite a long time ago, so I don't know the exact wording I used, but I probably told her. I definitely probably didn't say the word verticals. I don't think that was in my vocabulary yet. But I told her they were filming vertically, and I was surprised, and it was going on some app, and I didn't know the app. and I followed the lead actress who I was chatting with. And so when it came out, that's when I found out what app, where it was, which I don't even remember which one at the time. But then I saw more auditions for them online. And at some point, I don't remember what they were called back then, but I'm assuming it said filming vertically. And now I knew what it was for and what they're doing, and that it was legit, not shot on an iPhone. But I definitely told my mom everything. So I told her, oh my God, I did this thing. I was a background and they did this big banquet scene because of course they need extras for that. And but the people were so nice. So that's probably how I described it.
Yeah, well, and that's a good description, especially, she only cares about you anyway. So, she
Right, of course.
doesn't care about the technical stuff most likely. So
Yeah.
But anyway, I've got a couple more people that are just saying hi to you, and I'm going to throw them up.
Yes.
If my mouse is going to function correctly, I may have to have Marcia do it. Okay, here we go. Wanda Brewer says, hi, Christine, my favorite vertical actress. And then BLM 3800 says, hi there, sweetie.
That is my aunt. Hello.
Oh, how cool. How cool. How
Yeah,
cool. Now,
my mom likes to post all of my things.
that can
So
be
I
good
have
and
some.
bad.
Right. It's both sometimes. So, but this is a good one. And so I have some family in the chat. I think my grandparents are watching too.
Oh, wow. So that's cool. That's cool. We got, yeah.
And there she is.
There's your mama.
Yep.
Proud mama here too. Okay. That's good. So I guess I can't talk about your mom anymore, I guess. Oh, well.
Nah, she's fine.
there. Yeah, she's there
She's
now.
fine. No, my mom is my biggest supporter. She's definitely helped me through all of my acting journeys. So she's been a real big support, which I know a lot of people can't say when it comes to the arts, especially musical theater. I was lucky enough to transition from musical theater to TV and film pretty, not seamlessly, but quicker than others, because obviously verticals weren't around.
No, they weren't. Yeah, they weren't.
A couple years ago. So I am immensely privileged to have the life that I do, and to be able to act full time. And
do you miss the musical theater though?
I like performing a lot. I don't necessarily miss it because I really do love my job. I do consider doing it sometimes because there's a lot of shows happening in LA. They're just very time consuming in terms of like, they're always like a couple hours at the end of the day. But if I'm filming, a standard set is about 12 hours a day. So it kind of impedes on that.
Yeah.
It overlaps. So unfortunately, it's a couple months I would somewhat have to take off or like prioritize, which is really difficult. So I definitely really do love my job, and I like TV and film a lot. And I do like it more than theater. But theater is really awesome. It's cool to get to do things live and do it once for an audience. I think that's such a beautiful art form. And I think more people need to go see theater and experience things live because they really are fantastic, especially Broadway. As you would know, in New York City, it's absolutely amazing, and people are so talented. So I would love to do that again someday, and I have auditioned for a couple things here and there, but I want to do it for the right role or something I would really love doing a character.
Let me go back to Marcia, and then I'll pick up these other questions later.
Okay.
Yeah, you were talking about the popularity of the vertical mobisodes. Just this morning, I saw People Magazine has done a huge spread on vertical actors and actresses, and have sort of broken through into the mainstream in a way. And it seems like you've seen that happening as well.
Yes, I definitely think the stigma is gone. I think bigger platforms like Netflix and Hulu
Yes.
definitely see the amount of money that people are making from it,
Mm-hmm.
which of course runs America, unfortunately. Um, I think that in a way that's really good. I know that big like studio lots are losing a lot of money because they're not being rented out. Like Warner Brothers just has a bunch of lots open,
Hmm.
which is unfortunate because that means things aren't being made and a lot of the money and viewership is going towards verticals, which is amazing for me and amazing for my colleagues. But of course, we want to see bigger things being filmed. So I think hopefully because they are starting to be taken more seriously, it's going to kind of combine into a joint beneficial for everybody. I think that it's been a great opportunity for new actors, myself included, to kind of push through. But of course, having Netflix or Hulu jump on a project would be great to have a bigger budget, to get bigger and more experienced people, to get bigger sets and bigger, like more quality things, have more time. Because sometimes we're doing 20 pages a day, and in film, that's crazy.
Hmm.
So I think it would be really awesome to have, big, and I know that it's in discussion. I know SAG said something about verticals, but we don't really know what that means yet. And we don't know how that's going to translate.
Right.
So hopefully it becomes bigger and better and they're higher quality and they're more enriching.
Mhm.
And yeah, I know that I did see the People's Magazine. I know that Real Short is definitely
Yes.
promoting a lot because the girls on the People's photo shoot, I don't actually know what it's
Yes.
called, but or the magazine cover, I guess they did all a bunch of the Real Short girls, the
They
or the
did.
people that done Real
Mm-hmm.
Shorts, and so congrats to them. That's awesome.
Mhm. Mhm.
And but yeah, I know Real Short has done billboards and really is trying to like push out its name, which
Mhm.
is one of the top performing platforms, which
Yeah.
makes sense that they would want to make it bigger and bigger. But I think it's becoming more and more real, and I don't think they're going away anytime soon. So I
No
think
way.
people are starting to take it more seriously, which I appreciate.
Mhm.
So.
Mhm. I also wanted to talk about another one of your verticals, which had a different take to it. It's the Return of the Unwanted Wife,
Mm,
which I watched, which was a different way because I don't want to spoil it for anybody who hasn't seen it, but it does have some differences in it. And was that challenge? How was that challenge for you?
The Return of the Unwanted Wife, that was also one of my first leads at the time. That was a little while ago, but
It was 2024. Yeah. Hmm.
yeah, it was Kaylee was my character, um, and it was also a previous name we used, or the director Matt Macedo, who is my absolute favorite. I love him. I've done 3 projects with him. He's a phenomenal director. Go follow him. Um, but he was a doll to work with, and it was called A Deal with Lucifer. Because if you've seen it, it's about
Yeah.
how Lucifer and comes, and it sounds a little more dramatic than it is. It's, but it's
Mhm.
someone impeding on my life. And uh, so it's kind of based around his persuasion of my character and of my co-star's character.
Mhm.
Um, but I think it was a fun story to play. It was definitely cool to get to do such unrealistic. I think coming back to life is a little
Mhm.
I've never heard it happen. So but it was cool to get to kind of have to be very persuasive, right? Because I'm having to lie
Mhm.
to everyone,
Playing
and
a dual role, kind of.
right, which
Mhm.
as we just discussed, playing a dual role is very fun. It's definitely cool to get to do both because you're having to go back and forth between Kaylee and Anara, and but it's intriguing, and it's definitely makes my job more fun because I'm having to remind myself, okay, which one am I playing at the moment? Because obviously we don't film in order, so we would go back and forth between scenes. So that one was definitely a fun one to play
Yeah.
as well.
And another, we you talked about your musical theater background, and I saw a music video that you did,
Did
Key
you?
Lime Pie, which seemed
Yes,
like a lot of fun.
that was a lot of fun. Oh my gosh, we got some behind the scenes photos and they were the cutest. Everybody that day was beautiful, absolutely beautiful people. We had such a good time. We went to Malibu to shoot on the beach, which was so cool. And I mean, it's absolutely stunning. Malibu is always gorgeous. But yeah, that one was really fun. And I don't get to dance a lot
Yeah,
in
good.
uh, in my shows and or just in my professional life. I dance a lot for fun nowadays, but that one was really awesome to get to do both, to act and dance in this fun music video. And it was awesome because he just made it like this very campy. We're just all having a good time. It's a feel good music or feel good song, so it's a very feel good music video. So
It is.
that one
And
was a fun
quite
project.
popular as well. So,
Yeah, he's doing really well. He does a bunch of different songs, and he's uh, I wouldn't call him an influencer, but he's has a big social media presence. So
yeah.
he does very well, and he's a great person. So obviously that
Hmm.
translates.
Cool. And I wanted to also talk about your travel. I did go to your Instagram page, and one picture really intrigued me was the incense fields, which is gorgeous red plants in Vietnam, I believe it was.
Yes. Here, one second. My dog wants to say hello.
Oh,
Hi.
goody. We love
His,
pets.
which brings me to the person that just commented if I'm a dog person or a cat person. I'm a dog person. I don't own one. This is my mom's dog, actually. But this is Rosie.
Oh,
She's a
wow.
cutie. My mom has two mini golden doodles, and they're the cutest dogs. So she wants to
It's
say
kind
hello.
of look.
I'll
Yes. Now
put you down.
Michael say our viewership will go up because
Oh, they do. Our numbers always increase when we have dogs or cats on.
Yeah, a dog. Oh my
Always,
gosh. Yes.
always.
Cats are amazing, of course. I love cats. But I definitely dogs have my heart.
Mhm.
But I work a lot and as you know, I travel a lot, so I'm not home a lot.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I've had I don't want to have to send them to with anybody while I'm gone. I think it would just not be good for the dog. So I'll get
Mhm.
one eventually, but unfortunately, I don't have one right now. But
Yeah.
to go back to your question, yes, I've been traveling a bunch, and I've been filming a lot in China actually, and
Oh,
so I have taken it the opportunity to fly to different Asian countries while I'm over there, because obviously the travel is much cheaper, and because I'm already over there, and it's nice because I don't have any jet lag because I'm already adjusted to the time. Because flipping 12 hours is quite a lot. But it's been an absolute blessing and a dream. My big lifelong goal was to travel a bunch, and my ultimate dream was to travel and work at the same time, which I have already achieved by 24, which is absolutely crazy to say, and I'm so beyond blessed to be able to say that. Um, and I know that someone asked what's my acting goals, which they have now changed because I have achieved that goal, which is absolutely amazing. But I got to travel to Thailand, to Korea, to Vietnam,
mhm.
and Vietnam was my favorite trip of all time. I got to be there for about 8 days or so,
Oh, wow.
and so I got so much enrichment, and it's so cheap there, or the US dollar goes very far there, which is awesome because then I get to do not whatever I want, but do whatever I want. And I haven't solo traveled much, but I was a little nervous, of course, being a young girl alone. But
Mhm.
it was the coolest thing I've ever done in my life, surely. And I I got to enrich so much culture and meet so many different people. I got to talk to the locals. I went all around Vietnam, but I one of the places I went was Phu Luong, and it was like deep into Vietnam. I took a
Mhm.
4.5 hour taxi, um, and to a resort. Um, and it was the most beautiful, peaceful resort I've ever been to. And no one was really there. I got to rent a motorbike, and I was in these beautiful rice fields, and it was just so peaceful. And I booked a tour, which was a walking. I didn't realize it was a walking tour. It was around the area that I was, and this wonderful woman came, and it was in English, um, and it was a little broken, but she was such a beautiful soul, and she had never really gone outside, or she had never gone out of Vietnam. And so we just kind of chatted and talked about the space and her life, and it was so enriching
Mhm.
and beautiful. And I think travel is amazing for the soul, and I definitely recommend it to anybody. I think getting to see different walks of life and different perspectives, and how people have very, very different lives, especially in other countries. America can be very isolating sometimes. And uh, I think it's really awesome that at such a young age I've gotten to explore, and I'm really excited to explore other places, and hopefully film in other places.
Yeah.
So that's definitely on my list.
Yeah.
Uh,
We have seen that filming is expanding to many different countries. Uh, we've heard Turkey has a lot of filming going on, and we do a lot of shows from with Serbian actors as well. And I wonder whether
oh,
that is, but in normal, regular, horizontal series.
right.
I think they might start doing some in Serbia as well, because it makes sense.
The agents
Wow,
didn't know what I was talking about yet, so it's. I'm sure it's going to come there.
I haven't heard of Serbia. I've heard of a lot of other countries, Turkey being a big one, but yeah, I haven't heard of Serbia. So that's a new one for me.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
But
there's a
that would
lot of
be
U.S.
awesome.
productions that are filmed there.
Yeah.
So
How many have you done? How many verticals have you done now?
I definitely have lost count, but I know it's I know it's over 25, and I
Mhm.
know I'm over 20 leads because I know there's a couple supporting in the beginning there. But yeah, I
Uh,
think I'm over 20 leads. I know that,
mhm, mhm.
but a lot. A lot. But I know, but people have surpassed that. I know people are in the 40s now. Um, they're really cranking them out. Obviously, doing smaller characters, you can probably do more back to back. But when you're booking leads, it's kind of
leads,
hard
yeah.
to do back to back.
Mhm,
Just because of filming, it always overlaps by a day or two,
mhm,
unfortunately.
mhm. Do
But
you think that your training in theater has helped you in memorizing?
um, in memorizing, yes, I think memorizing lines or a script is definitely just a muscle. I think anybody can do it. I think you just have to practice. And the more you do it, the more you get better at it. I know that a lot of people I work with now, we can kind of just look at it once and then we're good to go, depending on how long the scene is. But in terms of the acting, I think
Yeah.
musical theater or theater acting, uh, in general definitely helps me for verticals
Mhm,
because it's so dramatic. And in theater, you have to be very, very big. You have to be
that-
very expressive and be very big in terms of physicality, and because it has to translate from the stage to the audience.
right.
So it's definitely good because of how dramatic I have to be, for some of these characters, because vertical acting is very dramatic.
Mhm,
So it definitely was good. It was very, very helpful. So
yeah,
I'm very glad I have a theater acting
mhm,
or music theater degree. So that was
yeah. But before I go back to Michael, I have to ask you about your personal style because you look wonderful. I'm loving the I don't
Thank
know the
you.
top. I'm
Thank
loving
you.
that. So, how would you describe your personal style currently?
That's a great question that I don't know how to answer. I definitely go, I kind of jump around. Sometimes I can be very like streetwear, like puffy pants and like a crop top. It's like a classic LA look. So I feel like that's my go-to. I'm going to the grocery store look. But in terms of like going out, like going to dinner to catch up with friends, I'll be like somewhat like this, like very classy, a very like an elevated style. I definitely like to play around with certain things. I'm really bad with jewelry though. I definitely put way more effort into what I'm wearing than my jewelry. Um, but yeah, I think I kind of jump around with how I'm feeling. If I'm feeling very girly, I'll put on something very girly. I'll put on a dress and heels.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm a very big on dressing to where you're going or dressing for the occasion.
Ah,
So I love if we're going to a nice restaurant, I am dressing fancy. But if I'm going to a dance class, I'm going to dress up in streetwear.
mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I'm very, very big on dressing to the occasion. And I
What
think everybody should too.
everybody.
Everybody should everybody should too.
Are there particular colors that are your favorites about that you
Um,
pull
I
from?
really have been loving brown. I think brown really
Good.
accents
Yeah.
because my natural hair color is brown, if you can't tell. But I have the blonde in there. But I think it complements my
It-
skin tone nicely. And I really do love red. I think red looks really nice on me.
Mhm.
It's very bold color though. So if I want to kind of go under the radar, I don't wear that. But yeah, brown and red. And then like green or blue definitely makes my eyes pop. So I'll wear that as well.
I know that it's funny because well, your dog is brownish too, so you you do have that brown thing. But
Yeah.
it's yeah, and your jewelry. We have to also thank your mom as well for has
My
she given you other pieces?
she gave me I'm a big cocktail girl. I love a cocktail. And she gave me martini glasses with a Santa hat. They are the cutest. But she gives me definitely holiday themed jewelry. But she lets me pick out my everyday wear.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I will have to mention the diamond on my neck is my great grandmother's.
Oh,
So I
oh,
have her with me where
that
rest her soul. I have her everywhere I go,
that
which is
is
nice.
wonderful,
And it's
beautiful.
made it into some of my movies too. Um,
Ooh.
I try not to wear it on set anymore. Just I'm afraid it's gonna get lost.
Mm-hmm.
So I haven't been bringing it to set anymore. But it is in a bunch of my movies. My mom likes to point it out.
Hmm. So, talking about set dressing, have you ever taken something, or let's see,
Asked to take
left
something.
with something from
I always ask. I cannot steal for the life of me. So I always ask. But yes, I have taken a couple things from set. There's this really cute dress. It's giving very schoolgirl. It was from one of my villains. It was a year ago. I can't remember. I want to say the undercover boss. She's the undercover boss, I believe it was. I took this gray, like low V schoolgirl like office look that because I it was so cute and I wear it a lot on set now.
uh-huh.
And then I've taken like a cute like yellow flared uh blouse not blouse but top.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so sometimes, if it's in the budget, sometimes they'll let me do it. But that's not always the case. But I do get put in very, very cute outfits
Mm-hmm.
that I wish I could take more of. But I actually do wear a lot of my own clothes. A lot of the times I'll get hired very last minute, and they need more wardrobe options, and I would think, nice style. So they do often use some of my outfits from home, which is kind of nice because then I know it fits me well. But sometimes it can be a drag to take it to set all the time or every day. But then I know I look good. So
You know
it's
you
a
look
give and
good.
take. Yeah.
Michael, did you want to take it back before?
Yeah, I'm gonna take it back because I want to discuss one of the other movies that you were in. I think it was this year. I'm not sure. Dean, My Mafia Protector.
Yes. That one was this year.
Yeah, I thought so. Now, I will say, I got shocked 3/4 of the way in there, and I don't want to spoil it. So if you haven't seen it, don't listen for the next 45 seconds. And you picked up a gun and shot somebody.
I did. No, just kidding. I did.
I mean that I went, huh? I expected the mafia people to,
Well,
you know.
He gifted me a gun. I might as well use it.
And he did teach you how to use it too. Yeah, that is
Right.
true.
Right.
But I was just like, whoa! I did not see that one coming. But did you enjoy that whole experience in the Mafia? Now, I haven't seen all of your pictures. Is that the only Mafia one you've done, or have you done some other Mafia ones?
That is the only Mafia one I've done, actually. I feel like I'm lying, but no, I'm pretty sure that's true.
Well, at least you weren't lead. I think you remember if you were the lead. So
no, I think that's the only Mafia one I've done. I've really been trying to do another one. I actually love the Mafia ones. Sometimes they're a little raunchy, but I like the Mafia world. I think it's kind of fun to live in that that life.
Speakeasies
But
and all that.
I like getting to play with the fake guns and doing the choreography. That one I didn't get too much fight choreography. A lot of the guys did, but it's cool. I like that kind of vibe in a way. So that one was definitely one of my favorites to do. And Jackson Tiller was absolutely probably my favorite co-star I've ever worked with. He's such a nice guy. I know everybody says that to him, which is good. That means he really is just very, very professional and such a good person. But that one was definitely a really awesome one to film. I like the Mafia world and getting to play with the guns and they're always safe. We always have a person in charge of them. So I think it's really cool. And yeah, it's just very different. Obviously, the CEO billionaire ones are fun, but they're very oversaturated. I think it's cool to get to do something different. So
no, I agree with that. That's probably what shocked me, as I was expecting, the other, and then it was like, oh, this is going differently than I thought. And then, whoa,
Yeah. I want to see more. I definitely auditioned for a couple that are women. It's the woman boss, like a female mafia boss. I want to see more of those because that would be fun.
And you'd love to do that.
Of course I would.
So everybody out there listening, now this is what, this is a previous comment from when we were talking about how you were dressing and stuff. And guess who says she loves to dress classy?
I do.
Patricia says that. So so I just wanted to throw that up there. And those that I couldn't get to your comments, I am sorry. But now I can't even get that comment off. That's been then it comes back up again. See, it's like, sometimes mice don't cooperate, So.
Want me to try?
No, I got it working now, so it's fine now. But is there anything that we haven't discussed that you wanted to bring up? Either tell people something was coming up that you're excited about, or anything like that you're allowed to talk about?
I have some cool short films coming out that aren't vertical related, and I do have some filmed verticals that haven't come out yet. That I'm very excited for. some of the quality of some of the ones I've done recently look so good. They're shot really, really well. They might be on a newer platform. Of course, another app you have to download, but they are really, it's a lot, but they do look really, really good. So I'm very proud of those. And I have a couple short films that I'll be posting on my Instagram. So make sure to follow me to know when it comes out.
Down there, yeah. Mm-hmm.
But there's a project that I did a couple months ago called A Midnight Shower, which has some partial nudity. I will warn you, but it's done very tastefully and it's for a purpose. It's a horror short, so I'm running from a killer. So I'm really excited for it. It's very different. I've never done a horror before.
Oh, okay.
So I'm really excited that I got to do something new and got to star in it. And the people I worked with were really amazing and really supportive of me on set. So I'm really excited about that.
Blood.
I'm sorry?
Blood. Lots of blood, I said.
Oh yes, lots of blood.
Lots of blood, yeah.
Yes, lots of blood. It was really weird to see yourself like, because of course they have prosthetics that they put on you, and then they put the blood on there, and then they put the knife up against it, and it feels like your brain knows it's not real. But your eyes are like, it looks real. So yeah, there definitely was a lot of blood. And there's a one shot where we did a one shot, and it follows me through this entire room, and it's like a couple minutes long. I haven't seen the final cut, so I don't know exactly how it's edited, but that's how it was discussed to me. But because I had blood on me and I'm walking through this house and limping away, every take we had to do again, we had to wipe all the blood from all of the everywhere I touched.
Everywhere, yeah.
Yep. Yeah. But hopefully it came out really cool.
Hopefully. Now I'll go to Marcia for a final question, but I am asked to say someone wanted to come on and surprise you, and they're in the middle of shooting something, so they couldn't come.
Oh.
So David says hi.
Oh, love him. Of course he's filming. He's a busy bee.
He's a busy bee. So, that's
is.
great. But Marcia, I'll go with you. Do you have a closing question?
I do. Now we know that you have so many skills in addition to acting. They know I watch a lot of reality shows. I watch competition shows, baking shows, pottery shows. So I wonder if you were going to go on a competition show or a some type of, it could be a quiz show, it could be, what would you choose? Or do you,
oh gosh.
You have to choose.
Oh gosh.
Survivor.
Oh no. Survivor would be cool. Okay. I am not a huge reality person. Sometimes I think because a lot of them are scripted, or they're not supposed to be scripted, but they're scripted, which, spoiler if you didn't know that, a lot of it is just so, I'm afraid of being painted poorly if they're unscripted, because they don't obviously show every single clip or context. So I am, and because it's reality, it's supposed to be real, right? So I am afraid that sometimes that they would paint me poorly, which is why I'm hesitant to go on one. But if I had to choose, oh gosh,
it could
Survivor,
be a baking show or something like that too. Where you
a baking show would be cool. As much as I would say I want to go on Love Is Blind, I probably would choose the baking show first. But the Love Is Blind would definitely be more fun. Or, you know what? I like the competition shows where they do, gosh, I don't even know what they're called anymore. But like, where you're like on a team and you have to do like physical things where you like go under the wires and then climb the ropes, something like that. I
Oh,
think would be really cool. Like
yeah.
a big competition.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably like the best. That's
Mm-hmm.
probably the most fun thing that I would enjoy. But I also do love baking. Um, so a baking show would be kind of cool too, or like Chopped, something like that would be kind of
Oh,
fun.
okay, good. Yeah, I've watched Chop. That would be fun. Okay, well, thank you. And thank you so much for spending so much time with us today. We've learned a lot more about you, and it's been super fun. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did.
Thank you for having me. This was really special, Michael and Marcia. I really appreciate your time.
Well,
So
we appreciate your time, Christine. And
Hmm.
please, if you've got something new coming out, let me
Yeah.
know and we'll have you back on again and we
Hmm.
can,
okay.
talk to more people in the chat room. But
Yes.
we're off for about a week. We're not going to have any more guests until next week. So
Hmm.
like,
Mm.
subscribe, and follow us so you don't miss anybody from the
That's
vertical world. And next year we'll be starting up some of our other shows again. We'll be having The Voice. We will be having um, the Ark TV show that's filmed in Serbia. We'll be having guests
right.
from there. And Marcia, what am I forgetting? Oh, hopefully the new Librarians the Next Chapter
Yes,
season, which is
librarians. Yeah.
also filmed in Serbia. We'll be having guests from there too. So
Hmm.
everyone, take care, and we'll see you again. Bye bye.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.